Hello. So everybody's off work today, so I decided to hop on here for about an hour or so and let's watch some more AWF. If you are watching live, hello. If you're not, how are you hearing me right now? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the stuff. Hello, Del Sandiford. Happy to have you.
Americans have the freedom of choice, and your choice for professional wrestling should be the American Wrestling Federation.
Should it? Is this a new song? No, it's just a different sounding intro. I'm glad I sound alright. Very good stuff. Hey, wait. It's saying that it's... Yeah, I'm home today, so... yeah, we're gonna do the random non-deep cut stream today. So welcome. Hey, wait. Hey, E-Town Live.
You weren't with us last week in the American Wrestling Federation. You missed the debut of the newest member of our broadcast team, Chris E. Hey, Chris E, once again.
They're live in the building.
Ken, it's great to be here.
You know, Chris E, if you'd like to jump right into the fire, Nails is wrestling today, and you could interview him.
No, Ken, I think
Yes,
I'll
let's
leave
see
that
some
interview
roid
up to
guts.
you.
Hey,
But
Brenticus
I am
Maximus.
excited about the wrestling debut of Tom Zenk.
Z-Man, a real fan favorite.
Tom
We've got
Zenk.
Cowboy Bob Orton, Gentleman Chris Adams, the team of Johnny Gunn and Jimmy Powers. All that and more. Let's go to ringside. Mick
All
Carson
the
and Terry
stars
Taylor.
are here today.
Take it away, Billy Anderson.
This tag team match is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first at a combined weight of 542 pounds.
Let's see
the
who we
team
got
of
here.
Hubert Simpson and Ken McGuire.
Ken McGuire. We've seen him on WCW Deep Cuts Live before. Ken McGuire's great. Very funny, man. And his partner appears to be Abdullah the Butcher, but way smaller.
486 pounds, Johnny Gunn and Jimmy.
Hey, Troy. Good to see you too. Looking good, Jim. Jeez, Jim Powers.
And Johnny Gunn here in the American Wrestling Federation. There's a young admirer of Johnny Gunn.
Mick Karch was involved with the AWA. Billy Anderson was like a Southern California ring announcer and wrestler. But Billy Anderson was around like the SoCal scene forever. I know he's not doing very well health-wise right now.
Destined for greatness in the world of professional wrestling.
Yeah, Bill Anderson, the ring announcer, popped up as an enhancement guy on some like 80s WWF stuff. And like a bunch of the startups in the 90s, he was the ring announcer. Hey, Richard Land. Hello. Glad to see you. Yes, the second, quote-unquote, second season of the AWF is so much weirder. And this is weird, but that's so much weirder. So yeah, that stuff's great. Great to see you, Richard.
Team of Ken McGuire and Hubert Simpson.
Hey, Midnight Fowler. All right, have fun there. Hey, Bubba. James, welcome.
Hubert Simpson.
That's right. Scott Putski was Conan. Was it 2000 or 3000 in the AWF? Got a Lucha fan in the crowd blowing that whistle.
Take it away, PS.
Thank you, Terry, but
There's a lot of AWF, way more than you'd think. Again, it's easy to do so when you're running a promotion using laundered money.
Great-looking guy, look this way. Think about my name, Michael P.S. Hayes. The P.S. stands for purely.
I believe Michael Hayes recorded that insert promo using the same microphone I am. Hubert Simpson. Not Hubert. Hubert. Like, yeah, for a wrestling startup in the 90s, this is like top of the crops. For like wrestling in general, it's horrible.
Western Union telegram on that one. Very slow to follow up. Here's the tag to Johnny Gunn. And there's Tom.
Was Paul Epperstein the guy who made the ATM?
Comes down on the arm. You know, McGuire told me he lost 40
I do not know that. Yeah, Rico Suave has mob ties, had like legit mob ties. And he went to jail for trying to bribe the feds.
Let's keep our eye on Johnny Gunn.
Yeah, Johnny Gunn, that jobber Tom Brandi, and Jimmy Powers. You're looking good, Jim. It is insane how gassed up Jim Powers looks, considering there's no way he had the budget for the good stuff at this point. Hey, 69-9. Yeah, this stuff kind of fell under the radar for a lot of folks in the 90s.
Heaven's sakes, what a combination that is. I'm surprised Suave hasn't offered them a contract. Look at this!
Look at Tom Brandi go! Working hard for that flipped money. Look at him. Yeah, no, so James, I don't even know if I would call this an indie necessarily. Paul Epperstein had way more money than any promoter I can think of on the indies. But again, a lot of it was counterfeit. Yeah, groups like the AWF, WXO, XWF, they were all, it was all the same general idea. The who's who of who's left. Yeah, this ring, I've talked about it before, this ring is weird. The dimensions of it are way off. Oh, he's rubbing him. Ooh, masseuse, baby. Giving him that deep tissue. I'm doing the deli worker. Way to bury that move, Terry Taylor. What is his thing with this dude's head? Like a head guy?
Use that leverage. Use that belly. Oh, you are something else. Oh, big chop right across the chest. We are down to 15 seconds in round one, and Simpson has no clue.
Really doing the squeezy. Oh no.
He's out of it. Look at that movement to the corner. And he got out of the way. You underestimate somebody in American.
I like Excalibur. I think Excalibur is cool. I know different people have different opinions. I'm a big Excalibur guy. And it's funny that you bring up Doc Hendricks. Michael Hayes was on WWF TV as Doc Hendricks while the stuff was airing. He had taped this stuff, and then a few weeks later went to the WWF and cut his hair. And they had all this footage of Michael Hayes. And they're like, crap, I guess we gotta air it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the name of the game in the American Wrestling Federation. Things can turn around just that fast.
This is a small building. They've dressed it up very nice, considering it's a tiny building. Yeah, they tested Michael P.S. Hayes.
All right, back we are for round number 2, and Hubert Simpson
round number 2. Hubert Simpson, again, great wrestling name.
You know what? You see Jesse Hernandez look thin. You know the guys in the ring are huge. Hubert Simpson, though, I mean, he has.
I have to give them credit. They did a great job with this building because, like, from the wide shots, it looks horrible. But like hard cam, it looks like a decent little thing.
Simpson with another shot to the head there. Jim Powers tried.
I don't know if this group necessarily was a bunch of homeless people. I know the Center Stage Saturday night tapings were a bunch of homeless people. But these people all were paid in like food and $100 bills. Most of them probably, again, not real dollar bills.
Ken McGuire, even his own partner, looks surprised. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was a good move. You can't always tell how somebody's going to perform by the way their body is. Some guys that have great physiques have no heart. Some guys with big boilers like these two. Look what they're doing to Johnny Gunn, who is built well and a great wrestler. From the outside,
does Terry Taylor think that a big boiler is like a PC way of saying fat?
if you're Jim Powers at this point, you have to be very frustrated. He has seen very little, if any.
Also, this
Well, he started it out, handed it
they're
over to
very
Johnny Gunn, and Johnny
restricted by the
Gunn
round
shut it
system
down.
here, because you can't just have a bunch of one-round matches. But like, this also makes Jim Powers and Johnny Gunn look really bad. This is their first match as a team, this hot, young, fiery, babyface team. And they're just getting the shit kicked out of them by these two schlubs.
Now he's got him in a rear chin lock. If McGuire can lean him back and get over him and get that neck grip.
Clap, clap, clap. We all have the clap.
You've got to use your weight. And listen and look at these fans. They are solid.
Like, how much faith would should a fan have? Hot, young, babyface team. They can't beat these guys in 3 minutes. But it's a side leg clip. I don't know if it's Russian.
See, he can't follow up either. I think both men here are going to try to make a tag. See, that's
I've heard.
wrestling by McGuire. No matter how
I've asked around, and I've heard that the food given out at AWF shows was way better than a hot dog. I'm like full ass catered for these kind folks. Yeah, why are you wearing a singlet top when you look at that? Come on, dude. Jim Powers, one of the few guys to get a job out of the AWF. Not with the AWF, but who was it? Somebody, I heard somebody in WCW was flipping around watching TV and they're like, oh shit, Jim Powers looks good. And he ended up on Nitro like the next week. And he was there for like 3 years. Please tell me they're gonna go to a third round. Oh gosh.
Tags made. Look at the strength of Georgia. Powers is holding him up. I can't believe it.
Oh jeez. Oh, his neck. Ooh. It's rough. How do you land like that off of a heart attack? Dude, like twisted. Like his neck, like that.
Powers has got the strongest lower back I've ever seen picking up Kenny McGuire and holding him like that. Now here you go.
Like the thing is, this is like a decent reacting crowd and they're pumping in noise. I don't get why.
There's nothing the matter with that. You'd like to be out there doing it. I don't want to hold
I think Jim Powers, his issue was that girl is like 13 years old. This is bad. The optics here are horrible. Oh god, I thought he was gonna go for a mouth kiss. Yeah, there's no way that girl's gonna go. No way. But my point about Jim Powers was he was too short to get a push in the WWF when he was around there. And by the time he was in WCW, they were pushing small guys, but they were all way better than him. And he didn't really have anything to him. Oh god! Oh, like a zigzag. Not a zigzag with the R-Truth move.
What a great match we just saw. And
Who is
here
holding
with
this
two of
woman
our
hostage?
heroic wrestling
What
warriors,
a great
Jim Powers
match
and
we
Johnny Gunn.
had.
Johnny, we caught that awestruck fan grab you earlier. What were you thinking?
Did you see that? Chris, hey, I was as surprised as you were. We're in the back, me and my partner here, we're getting ready for the pre-match.
Doesn't even know his
strategy and
name.
Everything else. We walk out to the music, the bright lights, and the smoke. All of a sudden, I have a girl in my arms going crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Again, dude,
Well,
she
you
is
know
like
that very
12
well.
years
You seem to
old.
be in control
Stop
out of
it.
the ring as you do in it. So Johnny, all of us as well as myself are dying to know, are you single?
Yes, I could honestly say I'm happily single right now.
And Jim,
Who's
what
ever
seems to
said
be
it?
the other half of our power
Yeah, I'm
couple?
happily single
What
right
seems
now.
to be the strategy for your success?
Well, Chrissy.
Hey, Matt P.
Well, Jim, I'm sorry. We seem to be out of time. We'll have to get to that answer another time.
Yes,
Now
this is
let's
the one
go
where their
back to
promo got cut
ringside
off.
For more exciting coverage.
That's very funny. This show was taped months before it aired.
Introducing first from St. Louis, weighing 250 pounds, Night Train Jackson.
Hell yeah, Night Train Jackson.
Night Train Jackson, what a look of
Tom
absolute
Waits' his favorite
disbelief on
wrestler.
Jimmy Powers. Yeah, he was cut off by our broadcasting partner.
And Terry Taylor's just burying her on air. Leave that to me 25, 30 years in the future, buddy.
All right, Terry Taylor, who is the most unlucky man on the face of the earth? Me, for having to work with you.
Nails plural, no Z.
Night Train Jackson, take the next train out of
He's just
town,
spitting
kid.
on himself.
902-714, that's not some TV show about kids in Hollywood. That is a rough, tough, hard-to-bluff guy who is...
I missed it a couple minutes ago, but shout out to Y_username. Thank you for following me. Appreciate you a ton. Yeah, this is straight off of Nails' New Japan quote-unquote run.
He is straight ahead, he is forward, he is powerful, vicious, and mean, and he will do
Hey, Madison Carter, thanks for the knowledge.
Yeah, but you know what time he
That's a
did back
weird
up?
angle, but it's the AWF, so I totally believe it happened.
I never thought I'd see. And you're talking
The
about
little
big
whistles, that would be a
strong.
great,
I
like,
think Tony Atlas is
viral
strong
angle for
as
1995.
Well, I guarantee you Tony Atlas is watching this one very closely. I'm not sure if he's in and around.
Yeah, it's a Nails match, so we're not getting, like, German suplexes or anything out of the guy.
Nails had better have eyes in the back of his head. Yeah, and speaking of good friends, there's your good friend, Gary Grunke. Go back to
I'm sure that
yourself.
kid
She's braver than you are.
made that sign.
I would never, oh my goodness, right from the opening bell here.
Nails was
goes
another
right after
AWF
Night Train
wrestler. I've
Jackson
mentioned
with that
Coco
very
before.
scientific
Very comfortable
control.
ring gear.
Oh, this man is something. Yeah, he's something. I'm just not sure what. He is towering over Night Train Jackson, who is right now just trying to protect himself. Not mounting the offense. Look at the strength. That's a caber toss. This man has been
Caber
fined
toss.
and has faced the wrath of President Paul Alperstein on more than one occasion. He does not care. He doesn't care how much money it costs him as long as he dismantles.
Yeah, this is
everybody
all of
that
Nails'
gets in his
moves.
way. Look at that look on his face. He's foaming at the mouth. He's
The
got
referee
snot
looks
in
like
his
the
nose.
guy
This is
that,
disgusting
like,
on all levels.
Nails would send out to
Gary
get
Grunke,
him
I don't know how he's gonna
cigarettes
control it. Well, Night
in
Train
prison.
is trying to mount some offense of his own here, and he's
Just the
got
wrath of President Paul Alperstein.
I don't believe it.
What was that?
Temporarily
Oh,
right
right in the
into knee,
nuts.
caught him in the sternum.
Awesome.
And Nails once again is in control. I didn't know what to say. That's the most we've ever seen somebody get old Nails rocking. Jackson hit him with a shoulder.
Like, Kevin Kelly Nails was a trained
He's
wrestler.
not even moving the big man
And it's
right
like he
now.
forgot every. Like, on one hand, I understand why he's working like he's untrained. But, like, wasn't great as Kevin Kelly, but he wasn't, like, he was competent. Oh, jeez. Oh, please tell me Nails is gonna do a dive. Yeah, what if Nails just, like, go face suicide? Yes, Kevin Kelly Nails did start in the AWF. He was a pretty boy. He had, like, long blonde hair, smooth face. We're gonna get a suplex out of Nails, doubling his moveset. Here we go. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him. Oh, smart Nails, didn't take a bump. Genius. I love Nails.
And I'm afraid Night Train Jackson is in a world of hurt right now. Game kid, but he's in trouble. Well, Nails is 6'7". He picked him up in what looked like it was going to be a textbook-like wrestling move and just dumped him. Oh, and there he's caught.
There we go. The worst rear naked choke I've ever seen.
Night Train has thrown in the towel before Nails had an opportunity.
Like, grabbing it like this over the arm.
That's a dangerous move anytime you get up around the
It's so fun. Some secret. Oh, Tony Atlas driver. Was that like an inside thing? Because he's feuding with Tony Atlas, right? So, like,
Nails grinds the boot
It's gotta be like a, hey Tony, come out here, buddy. I'll give you a boner.
Sick man this is. Yeah, you say that standing back here, but I'll tell you what, has Alperstein, the Z-Man, excuse me, has he tamed this guy? Because he didn't go out on the floor. He didn't hit him with a chair. Man, it's almost like Nails they've rehabbed this guy.
Almost like they've rehabbed this guy.
He might not have gone after Night Train Jackson, but he went after a fan. Yeah, and there you see.
Oh, okay. He rolled through. I didn't remember him getting killed off of that beetle, but
I thought this was going to be a perfect super. Nothing. He just slammed him there.
There's a loogie coming out of his mouth there. That's gross.
By the throat. This big guy right here. Now see, he gets face to face with the referee. 2 months ago, he would have hit the referee or Goozle piped him. And now the cell block sleeper, and that's it. And
the cell block sleeper.
Find out right now if those fines are paying off. Let's send it to Ken Resnick with the president, Paul Alperstein.
Waves goodbye.
I've been watching Nails' match with American Wrestling Federation President Paul Alperstein. And Paul, it was a very interesting ending to that match. You know, you've been anything but shy here in the AWF with handing out fines and suspensions.
Yeah, because he's broke.
You're beginning to see the fruits of your labor. Normally, as you fans well know, Nails was
interesting.
Right
yes, that's one way of referring to Paul Alperstein.
It seemed to stop him dead.
Another organized criminal.
We've informed the American Wrestling Federation referees that if Nails persists in
we've
his
informed the AWF referees.
then he will be fined.
Got shot with that Barbarino bet Ray from the old Conan bit.
And I think you're starting to see
Mr.
Nails stop some of his actions.
Well, I know a number of the wrestlers have talked to me and actually have come up to you to tell me how pleased they are that you are taking a heavy hand and making sure that everyone in the American Wrestling Federation obeys the rules.
Yes, and that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah, Paul Alperstein shouldn't have been the president of the AWF. He should have been the dad.
We'll be right back.
Again, the show was taped, and they left that, like, second of weird awkwardness. And, oh, we got Sonny Rogers, Chicago wrestling legend.
Sonny Rogers!
Sonny Rogers, a veteran of this sport, gives the fans a little what for already. Nice tan, that's what I got to say.
Yeah, Paul Alperstein comes out, you're not suspended, I'm just disappointed in you.
35 pounds, gentlemen, Chris Adams.
Yeah, Sonny Rogers is very funny, big fan, longtime Chicago guy. Chris Adams comes out. Thank you for the factoid, Commodore Amigo. Paul Alperstein did not invent the ATM. He just ran a company that mass-produced them. And that's where he got the money for this.
He is an international superstar, and we're glad to have him here in the American Wrestling Federation. Was that a little bit too much?
Is a real quote, gentleman? Is that like a message? Do you have an encounter with him with Chris Adams? Bill Alfonso, calling it right down the middle, baby. Right down the middle, daddy.
Tito Santana eventually climbed to the top rung of the ladder, but never count out Chris Adams. He is one great wrestler. Yeah, I think you said it right, because he is from England. That's where the round system originated. And I'll tell you, history's made over here in the American Wrestling Federation, and England's where it's all started. And speaking of England, we have a new wrestler that's from England, and he is going to do the
It is. After all these years, it is weird watching Fonzie be like a legit referee.
I am the ambassador from Europe, Steve Casey.
Oh, gosh.
In my country, I've been hearing a lot of rumbling about this new American Wrestling Federation. I am the champion of all Europe.
Of all of Europe.
Shortly, very soon,
not just England, not just Poland, all of it. He's gonna come over here. I'm expecting him to be like, did somebody call for a wrestler? Hit play, start stripping. That was not Dave Taylor. That was a dude named Steve Casey, like a journeyman dude. And they gave him a little bowler cap, a little bow tie, made him look prim and proper, but in reality, oh, ooh! Sonny Rogers busted out a damn stunner.
Big backbreaker, and he keeps him right across that knee for an extra.
That was great.
In for the cover, rather sloppy. superstar like Chris Adams, he had 3 seconds there. He might have had
that was rough.
chance. He waited around, and Chris Adams
I love how he sells the forearm, just grabs it. More wrestlers should do that. Get a pile driver guy just lays there, stone-faced.
There's that submission hold, Terry. He goes from that submission hold, goes into an arm bar, cranks on the head and the arm, and you see right now, Sonny Rogers has no way out. Chris Adams hangs on as the kid rolls away from the pressure.
You know, that totally legit way of getting in a hold where you just roll.
Into the ring there. Did not release the hold, but
Not like you're twisting your arm or anything. Oh gosh, oh gosh. He's like 120 pounds and he's sandbagging him. Oh, jeez.
Did you see Sonny sit, and
Chris
Adams he hurt his shoulder.
Oh, super guy. There was a little bit. Yeah, Sonny Rogers is supposed to be the heel. It's just that he happens to be a long, blonde-haired, 120-pound dude. Smiles a lot. Hey, Buddha Bull, welcome. Hope you're having a good day as well.
Well, we'll see, because his countryman, Ambassador Steve Casey, doesn't seem to be too much of a gentleman. Well, absolutely not. And there you see him from Stratford-on-Avon. Gentleman Chris Adams, the crowd loves him. He had to struggle some there at the end with Sonny Rogers.
High-fiving all the housewives who meant to go out to the casino and ended up at wrestling.
That's a submission hold, and I can't believe Sonny Rogers did not give up. Chris Adams cranking that arm.
Because again, we're a couple years away from tapping out being like a thing in wrestling.
That move right there, the super kick. Great win.
Great bump there, buddy.
Well, no question about that, the super kick, and lights out for Sonny Rogers. And speaking of, gentleman Chris Adams, he's standing by with our broadcast colleague, Ken Resnick. Take it away, Ken.
Once again, back here in the American Wrestling Federation, gentleman Chris
What would have all
Adams
these
returning from a
AWF
2-week
announcers,
sabbatical.
what would they have all
Chris,
done
first
if
off,
Paul
good to see you
Alperstein
back.
didn't
A lot of
give
things
them
been
a year's
happening.
worth of
First off,
work in the
brand new American
90s?
Wrestling Federation champion.
I know, Tito Santana. You know, I'd like to take my hat off to you. I really, really admire your wrestling, and I think that you are a great champion. You know, it's a shame I wasn't in there. Bob Orton, you are lucky. If you hadn't had a manager, which is Humperdinck, then you would never have got anywhere near me, and you know it. So, Humperdinck, if you ever step your face into my match again, I'll guarantee I'll knock it off.
Yeah, a lot of people like to see that. Chris, very quickly, I noticed this fellow countryman of yours coming, Ambassador Steve Casey. Familiar with him at all?
Ambassador. Ambassador of what? You know, the way he talks. You know, I'm not the upper class, but, you know, I don't talk like that either. You know, Steve Casey.
What the hell was that accent?
I know about you, but I'm not saying anything to the people that watch American Wrestling Federation yet.
Gentleman Chris Adams, let's go back to ringside.
We need more promos ending with pointing. There's not a pointing in
Scheduled
AWF.
for 3 rounds. Introducing first at a combined
Guy in the blue
weight of
looks scared to death.
445 pounds, the team of Rick Ruckett and Billy Joe
Rick Ruckus?
Well, I have to say, as we get the introduction here of Rick Rocket,
Billy Joe Eaton, a longtime Chicago guy. Rick Rocket appears to be a longtime Pepsi employee.
And their opponents. First, the manager, Sheik Adnan El Casey.
Speaking of wars,
Yeah, the round thing falls apart after like the first couple of matches, and then they just keep doing it for 2 years.
Mr. Hughes.
well, there is
Why did his name is Sheik Adnan Al Casey? They spell it like alcohol?
Mr. Hughes and
Alcahazy?
Hercules. Yeah, you see the mighty Hercules on the left, superhuman in strength, and you see the roughneck Mr. Hughes. These guys are hard to bluff, big and strong. I've always wanted to say this, so I'm going to. Don't touch that dial.
You could have just said that before, buddy.
Well, the
Commentated wrestling plenty of times before this
Mr. Hughes
period.
and Hercules, who Sheik Adnan El Casey openly admits he bought with that Arab.
This is
oil
after
on
the
eBay,
ECW
no
stint in
bones
town.
about it.
This is
Doing
95.
battle right now with
His
Mr.
ECW stint was like
Rocket and
94
Mr.
into
Eaton, and I
95.
do not look very, very favorable
Paul
about
Roma
the chances
probably
of the latter combination.
was like just
Is it
wrapping
just
up
me, or does Billy
WCW
Joe
when they
Eaton
taped
look like
these
John
shows.
Jimmy Powers
He was
is
in
that
WCW.
quiet
People
as
think he was
well?
gone in
He's got the
February. He
hair.
was still there till
Just
like
not quite as strong.
under
And
contract
you're
till
gonna
like
need
May
all
or
the strength you
June.
can get going against that man, the mighty Hercules. Well, we look over the shoulder of Sheik Adnan El Casey, and this man, very, very successful.
I think they
over
taped
the
the
years.
stuff like summer of '95 and then aired it in the winter.
And what a powerhouse
So yeah, Paul Roma probably would have been there.
Did you get the number? The number? Oh, the truck that just ran over Billy Joe Eaton.
Still touching that dial.
Hercules like an 18-wheeler used.
Like I'm still trying to figure out who this appeals to in 1995.
Hercules followed him in with that clothesline.
Like,
brought him right back hard.
who was like craving? And I like Hercules, but who was craving for Hercules matches 5 years after his prime? And it looks like it hurts Hercules to move.
Oh, he's gotta be. Yeah. See, he didn't get him going good. And Hercules let him throw him.
Rick Rocket appears to just be sad that he's there.
Well, I'll tell you something. You cannot give Hercules or Mr. Hughes
Hercules
of an opening. They'll about take your head off and look at the satisfaction on Mr. Hughes. And now we're going to see the roughneck in action. Do you see Rick rocketing himself into the ring to help his
is Rick Rocket both the referee and the other wrestler? Like, they look just alike.
226 pounds. Billy Joe Eaton got dropped with one punch.
Dude, Hercules is carrying so much water weight. Oh god, that was cool. Hell yeah, Mr. Hughes. Hell yeah, Mr. Hughes. That was dope.
That is tremendous agility. Uh-oh, Rick Rocket.
Seriously, I like the referee and Rick Rocket doing like a twin magic thing. They look identical.
Unfortunately, there's not enough fuel.
This is so weird.
Those booster engines of Rick Rocket to handle the
Mr. Hughes. Yeah, him being like the trainer of like so many like high spot wizards
in the American Wrestling Federation
is awesome.
He was nervous.
Ooh.
Can't be. Oh man, are they just taking this kid apart?
But like, I've always heard that like his training was like, oh, here's an open ring. You guys do whatever. And occasionally I'll throw on a Bret Hart tape and be like, okay, wrestle like that. And then all the guys just ended up being really good athletes.
They want to embarrass and humiliate these two kids.
Why is Sheikah Nano Casey up on the apron? Did he switch sides? Is he managing the enhancement guys now?
He heard Hurricane Smith was at, and we haven't seen him since. Well, mercifully, this one is over.
Yeah, the Ed Sharkey method, the Killer Kowalski. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. The Killer Kowalski, plenty of old timers. Oh, he hit his. Oh no.
Was history a long time ago, in my estimation. Boy, right there, what a tag team.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just let these guys do their own thing. That accountant is really mad. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, Mr. Hughes came in a couple years after this to do the Jericho thing in WWF. He lost a bunch of weight. Look at that drop kick. That was great.
Down he goes, and Mr. Hughes power slam first by Hercules. Watch Hercules come off here. Boom! That's that 18-wheeler truck stop move.
18-wheeler truck stop move. That's a bit wordy.
Guys are primed and ready. And I do not envy Ken Resnick as we take a look at the.
I don't envy him either, but for a completely different reason.
Fearsome threesome. Take it away, Ken, and good luck.
That would be a fearsome threesome.
Great Sheik Adnan El Casey directing a devastating win by his team, Mr. Hughes and Hercules. Sheik still angered over his army's failure to capture the American Wrestling Federation Championship belt.
This looks like they did it on like a film camera.
Everything is going good with the animals, the oil, the harem, and the gold and the money. But one thing is missing. Is the championship belt. And my men here, they promised to deliver that to me.
Don't worry about it, Adnan. Just don't worry about it one little bit. You know, I don't like the way you talk, man. Failure, there's no failure here. It's just the beginning. You people better get ready, because this is where it starts. There's some big things happening down the road. And you know, I never did care much for having titles and all that kind of stuff. But in my contract,
I could see that. I could see Sheikah and Casey being like, yeah, I can't do the Saddam Hussein thing.
I'm gonna have one around my waist. Yeah.
And Mr. Hughes, your thoughts?
That's right. You see,
that's right. That's not a thought, buddy.
We are the men that's gonna take everybody out. We're coming for those tag team titles.
Mr. Hughes looking like a driver's ed instructor.
Yeah. And yeah, Hercules is like, yo, that stuff we talk about all the time, I don't care.
Introducing first, weighing 285 pounds, Hulk Elliott.
Whoa, wait a minute, dude.
What the hell? Shut up, Terry Taylor. Hulk Elliott's awesome. He looks like the kid from Heavyweights. The really big one. The one where he gets on the scale and they're like, and Lars is like, congratulations, you're the fattest kid at camp. He looks like that kid. There we go. Tom Zenk. The quote Z-Man. Great jacket. He got that thing bedazzled at the mall. Look at that mullet. Oh my gosh. That is a beastly mullet. Stop talking, Terry Taylor. Yeah, and it's his real name too. You know, like WCW had a copyright on it or a trademark.
Who was that guy? Back in the ring, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you put him under your tongue.
Minneapolis, Minnesota, a former Mr. Minnesota and an accomplished professional wrestling star.
Hulk Elliott's great. I'm a big Hulk Elliott guy.
In the American Wrestling Federation.
He kind of looks like that guy from the Middle East. What is it? Like the Middle Eastern Hulk or whatever? The guy with the really big shoulders? That like is always wearing 9 layers of clothes. And they're saying is like the strongest man in the world, even though he won't actually prove it.
Kind of like, who was that guy in that yellow and red outfit anyway? I don't know, but I got to get an ejector seat or something.
Tom Zenk might be one of the few guys to get like fired from a big promotion and get way better gear.
Some demo work for you, and another one. Tom Zenk, the Z-Man, throws one of the most powerful drop kicks in the
Hulk Elliott's awesome because this dude is like, I refuse to take. Look at that, Tom Zenk going strong style.
He's about to see the chiropractor and the dentist all in one day. Look at
Tom Zenk thought that the world's best wrestler was Tom Zenk.
Z-Man is more aggressive than I've ever seen him.
Ooh.
Well, certainly his intent is to impress the promoters and, of course, the other wrestlers in the American Wrestling Federation. I guarantee you he has his sights set on Tito Santana. Standing drop kick. What agility. Yeah, he hit the Hulkmeister right in the chin. Down he goes, and there's that strength again as Z-Man to pick this guy up. What did this
right into one of those really short turnbuckles.
285 pounds.
I think if Hulk Elliott came around these days, he would be like one of the top deathmatch guys. Back then, there wasn't really a deathmatch scene in America. So these guys just had to deal with big enhancement guys. Stratisfaction guaranteed. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm from Indianapolis, and I'm like, I'm not from Indianapolis. I'm from like around Indianapolis. And I'm like, why is he repping the Clips? I mean, granted, this was filmed in Chicago, so maybe he was like born in Indianapolis. But yeah, that's not just a horseshoe. That's a straight up cult logo.
This guy is an athlete, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a move that I've never seen before. The twisting bulldog, and boy, he plants the Hulk Elliott. Wow. Well, you bet he did.
I'm sure if he did that regularly, his tailbone would have been on his chest. Tom Zenk talks shit about everybody. Everybody.
One of the nice things about being here in the American Wrestling Federation is a chance to say hello to some old friends, and certainly the fans haven't forgotten the very popular Z-Man. Tom, good to see you again.
He's all over Baltimore cool. I'm like the 60s, yeah.
The fans sure remember you.
Well, it's great to be here in the AWF. And old friends, it's been about 8 years since I've seen you.
I think so, at least. Tom, tell me, what do you think about Tito Santana? What a great champion here in the American Wrestling Federation.
I want to say congratulations to Tito Santana. I've heard a lot of guys downing him. Oh, Tito won the belt and this and that. Tito's a great wrestler.
That's doubting him. Oh, Tito won the belt. He's such a great wrestler.
Anytime you want to put that belt on the
that's a
line,
compliment,
I'd like a shot at it.
Tom, let me ask you very quickly.
There's a guy cannot get over how high that mullet starts. It's not like he likes growing it from like here down. Like it starts here and
take a good look. You'll see this man quite often in the American Wrestling Federation. The Z-Man will be right back.
And again, this is 1995. Grunge is so old that it's almost dead. Why are we interviewing the 12-year-old girl?
Our handsome
that Tom
Hollywood
Brady is going to
star like
corrupt.
Johnny Gunn is capturing the hearts of our fans.
Or, yeah,
and
Tom
I'm
Brady,
here with one of
Johnny
those
Gunn,
enamored
whatever.
fans who managed not only to catch a hug, but a kiss from our charming warrior.
No.
What's your name? Cindy? Cindy. Well, tell me, I mean...
Just
well,
ask her how
did you
old
feel
she
when
is.
you got a chance to get up next to him.
Well, I've been following the American Wrestling Federation since it started, and Johnny's always been my
You know,
favorite
like
wrestler,
2 months
so when
ago.
I was standing there and he was so close, I just couldn't help it.
And do you have any dreams about Johnny?
Well, my
This
dream
is
since I
so
got here was
weird.
to be able to meet him.
Do you have any
Wow,
dreams
Cindy,
about
we've
him?
got a surprise for you.
No.
As you can see, Johnny Gunn is not only
That's a
conquering his
child.
opponents in the ring,
That is a
conquering
literal
the hearts of our
child.
fans in the American Wrestling Federation. Now stay with us.
We,
for more
I feel
action.
like we were all just accomplices to a
This
crime.
is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first from Blue Island, Illinois, weighing
Yeah.
230 pounds.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like Chris Hansen. Why don't you have a seat over there, you jobber Tom Randy? Chad Miller, straight from his Hero Clicks tournament.
And his opponent from Kansas City, Missouri, weighing 235 pounds, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Cowboy Bob. Orton. What was the cadence of that ring announcement? Like he forgot Bob Orton's name. He should have just announced him as Cowboy Bob. That's a great wrestler. Here comes Cowboy Bob. Multiple cows had to die to make that when he's wearing there.
This guy is focused, he's motivated, and I hate to say it, but he's more dangerous than ever.
Cumbernains, yeah. This. I'm just glad nobody besides Tommy Rich bled in the AWF. Yeah, he healed. The AWF doctor finally got him healed. Yeah, Bob Orton, yeah, that's right, Matt. As we've established in previous streams, probably the guy who tried the hardest in the AWF.
Well, I'm not sure if he gave him his walking papers or what the story is there. Certainly Bob Orton Jr. is old man.
Yeah, he is. It looks like Chad Miller's got narcolepsy in that leg. It's asleep and he's trying to wake it up. Well, don't worry. Orton will wake you up, kid. Hey, a forearm
This
sleeper,
Chad
I don't know
fellow.
what the referee is talking about.
Wait, what is up with this referee? This referee looks like that little girl's dad.
And speaking of somebody who took it on the chin, Bob Orton Jr. was very unhappy that he lost the first ever tournament, and he's not the American
Yeah,
Wrestling
Randy,
Federation champion.
that whole
But the person
bloodline
who
of the
is
Orton.
coming up right now
Great
in the Warriors
wrestler.
corner, Tito
Up and down.
Santana.
The American Wrestling Federation, #1.
And yeah, he essentially did come out to Wanted Dead or
The American Wrestling
Alive.
Federation is on the map. There's only one person that can represent the American Wrestling Federation throughout the world. And presently, I will be putting up the title in Mexico City and coming
No,
back
you
with the
won't.
title.
You'll be putting it up in Union City, New Jersey.
There's a man who exemplifies greatness. Tito Santana right now, Mr. Miller, at least temporarily turning it on.
Oh, look at that! Oh, geez, on the steps into the rail. Wow.
Well, he may be hurt, but that's a discretionary call on the part of the official.
Why are you doing that, dude? You could have just gotten away with not bumping. It's like all the work ethic. Like Randy, I'm not saying Randy's a great wrestler. But when Randy doesn't want to try, Randy is great at not doing anything. Whereas Bob over here, probably making a fraction of Randy's worst payday. Oh, jeez! Oh, no!
Did you see how the knee
That
was
dude just
coming
lost some
up
teeth.
as the kid's head was coming down? Chad Miller right
No,
now is
Bob
fighting
Orton
for the
probably
pickets, but
making like a fraction of Randy's worst WWE payday. And he's out here bumping on the ring steps.
And now this appears to be the signature Orton maneuver, the pile driver. Nobody
Oh,
does
gosh.
it.
Ooh, there we go.
That's got to do it.
Yeah, his nose means nothing compared to that jam neck right now. And look at Orton. He knows he's got all day to win this match. Oh, my heavens. Cowboy Bob
That was quite the pin.
planting the skull of Chad Miller into the canvas.
Can't get over it. The referee is like a baseball umpire.
Cowboy Bob Orton. Yeah, he is. Look at the determination on his face.
Yeah, that was a lazy pile driver. Why did we have to cut to a shot of that one when Bob Orton was like, look over there? Kind of defeats the purpose of cheating. Jeez. He ate that knee.
You know Chad Miller's beak right now is swollen. Slams him, and then if we can see it, that pile driver, he tried to block.
Yeah, Chad Miller's hands landed about a good 30 seconds before his head.
Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Yet another victory for Cowboy Bob Orton. In fact, speaking of victories in Cowboy Bob Orton, the only man to deny you a victory here in the American Wrestling Federation
Great
was Tito
hat.
Santana in the championship match. An
Big
8-round
fan of the
match that
hat.
many people are still talking about.
Yeah, how much longer am I going to have to listen to this? Everybody knows.
By the way, shout out
when you sit down
Bootable.
at
Thank you
card
for the
table
sub.
and
I just got the
dealer's got a
notification on my
stacked deck,
phone.
You're going to lose.
A few
Nothing
minutes
you can do
late.
about it. But that's water under the bridge. The question now is, where is Tito Santana?
Well, he's been out defending the American Wrestling Federation Championship all over the world.
All over the world, Santana, you don't have to make them trips, boy. I'm right here, and I'm waiting for you. Because you understand, Tito Santana, what we had, I've heard so many people slap me on the back and say, great match. I'm getting sick of it. Makes me want to puke.
Who's slapping him on the back?
What I want to do, Santana, is go ahead and get back in the ring with you, man on
Yeah, this is
man,
Toy
with
Story
a licensed
18.
referee, not some
Water damaged
friend of
Woody.
yours that you go ahead and slap in a striped shirt and stick in a ring with us. That ain't gonna work. Just you and me, Santana, with an official referee, and let's see how long it takes me to beat you.
Make no mistake, Cowboy Bob Orton has his sights set firmly on AWF champion Tito Santana.
For Ken Resnick, Chrissy, and
Alright, we're gonna watch one more episode of the AWF. Hey, Incident 7.
You made the right choice with the American
Widescreen.
Wrestling Federation. So until next week,
Yeah, that's a great. I love wrestling with regret. Brian Zane did a great episode about the AWF.
Americans have the freedom of choice, and your choice for professional wrestling should be
He's
the
a little boy
American
robot.
Wrestling Federation.
Again, I think the band that did that song should do like Starcast, do a concert. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab something. 1 second.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ken Resnick.
And I'm Chrissy.
And this is the American Wrestling Federation. You know, Chrissy, we talk about the tremendous talent coming in every day to the AWF. This week alone, the debut of Conan 2000, Fidel Sierra, 2 Cold Scorpios here.
And don't forget Chief Charlie Norris.
Exactly what a favorite he is, and you talked to the champ today.
That's right. I'm going to be speaking with Tito Santana, champion of the American Wrestling Federation.
And talk about a powerful tag team, Jeff Gaylord and the Warlord. Let's go out to ringside, Mick Karsh and Terry Taylor.
Alright, I'm back. And I missed some more Chrissy.
3 rounds. Introducing first from Newport Beach, California, weighing 222 pounds, Bobby Bradley.
Robbie Bradley. One of the few enhancement guys they flew in.
with the American Wrestling Federation. Glad to have you aboard.
And his opponent from Denver,
He was a West Coast guy. That is a great single.
40 pounds, 2 Cold Scorpio.
Ooh, 2 Cold Scorpio.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have never had the opportunity to see this guy,
It's a great wrestler. Look at that. A wrestler from the 90s. As opposed to a wrestler from the 80s and 70s.
moves in and out of the ring that are unbelievable. Can dance.
He's gonna do some cool stuff. We're not used to that.
Wait till you get a chance to see the stuff this guy can do. It's almost superhuman.
Well, Terry, he has established a reputation not only in the United States, but certainly in Japan.
Yeah, this guy could actually go. This seems weird for the AWF.
The fans are in for a real treat in Too Cold Scorpio.
Yeah, and I really like this Bobby Bradley. I've said it before. I don't really care for the mustache too much, but this kid has got great talent, and probably more than talent, potential and great heart. Oh, what a kip up.
Just a small example of what you're going to see, I guarantee you.
Look at Scorpio go. Hey, drugs. Just in time for Too Cold Scorpio.
If you are new to us, we first of all thank you very much for joining us, and also
This is Too Cold Scorpio. Again, he's in ECW at this point, taking an AWF booking on an off day.
Yeah, we have 4-minute rounds with a 1-minute rest period in between. Nobody else has those. Great reversal there by Bobby Bradley.
Yeah, there's a reason why nobody else had those.
The Z-Man, who made sure that everybody abides by the rules. Don't touch the referee. Nobody over the
No, Tito Santana was ECW champion like 3 years before this.
like it says on the marquee, and it's great to be here.
Yeah, Tito was long gone from ECW at the time this all happened. Look at that leapfrog, dude. Scorpio's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great aerial wrestler. Everybody knows him for those great moves up.
Again, they upgraded so much about the production between the first taping and these shows. That are those mob guys back there? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
The response to the American Wrestling Federation
but
week after week
they still couldn't buy actual mats to be outside the ring.
That you have joined us.
And yeah, that's a good point. The American Wrestling Federation's big selling point is European rounds. Something else we stole.
What that does is make Bobby Bradley have that weight on top of him, and he has to work just to get up to a vertical base, which to you
that is the rumor.
That's difficult
for
a guy like
Scorpio.
me. Shoulder tackle there by
Big ol' wiener.
Over the top and a leapfrog by Bradley. Oh, nice move.
Spin under takedown.
Look at Bobby Bradley go. Bobby Bradley, for those who don't know, oh geez, that's a great drop kick. On some West Coast indies around this time was a tag team partner of Rob Van Dam. They had a team called Aerial Assault. I think the most notable indie they worked for was that NWF that brought in the Ultimate Warrior in Vegas. They were like the tag champs for them.
And he has changed the entire complexion of this match.
Well, I guarantee you he has
Hey, Bobby Bradley's not bad.
Scorpio, who has become more aggressive since he climbed back through the ropes now.
Like, just by doing a couple of Hurricane Ranas, these guys are already way further into the 90s than anybody else on this show. Were they sudden impact? I mean, I'm not doubting them. I thought they were Aerial Assault. Either way, it was Bobby Bradley and Rob Van Dam. I know Sudden Impact was a version of Lance Storm in Jericho's team in FMW.
You bet it is, and these two very, very close in size and weight, and anybody can win in the American Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, this is Scorpio at like 50%, and he's still way, way better. Okay, thank you. I mean, I could be wrong.
Well, I don't want this to turn into a fist fight because both these guys have tremendous wrestling skills. We've seen both of them have flashes of brilliance. We got 15 seconds left. I think this is the first match Scorpio.
Yeah, Scorpio's clearly like, I have no idea what to do with a rounds match, so I'm just going to waste some time.
Time is running near.
Well, he's going to know in about 2 seconds here because there is the bell. Wait a minute.
Oh, let's babyface the round system. Oh! These guys aren't stopping. Did nobody tell them about the rounds thing?
Scorpio apparently didn't hear it. Bobby Bradley, I believe, heard it, but continued to fight on. Very interesting conclusion to that round, Terry.
Yeah, Too Cold Scorpio up
bumping into the round card gal.
It's almost like a backwards flip where you make it 3/4 of the way over and splash your opponent. Bradley knew it was coming, didn't wait for the referee to protect him, saying the round was over. He took care of himself, got out of the way, and Scorpio hurt himself.
Well, I've got to believe that Too Cold Scorpio has a newfound respect for Bobby Bradley after that first round. I was amazed at some of the arsenal, the artillery, that Bobby Bradley displayed here. We know the skills of Too Cold Scorpio. We've always known that Bobby Bradley is a game youngster, but he looked outstanding there.
Yeah, and the referee just went to both corners, only in the American Wrestling Federation, and asked each guy if he wanted to continue.
Oh, if we're lucky, those are good chances, but they won't be.
Oh, he is really unloaded now. On Too Cold Scorpio picks him up.
What's Bobby Bradley gonna do here? He's going up top. I think Bobby Bradley's gonna do a moonsault. Oh, he stole something from his buddy Rob. The announcers are Mick Karsh and Terry Taylor.
I've been watching wrestling and
Terry Taylor
life, and I've never seen anything like that. What movement?
Ooh.
Chris Adams will be hot about that. That looked just like a super kick, but he pulls Bradley up, slams him back
Yeah,
down.
that's a good point. Scorpio's just doing one of the top guys' finishers. Here we go, 450. Boom.
Give him a 10.0 on that maneuver. This one is history. Very, very impressive. Too Cold Scorpio. Terry, this match was outstanding.
Dude, like, again, just by doing a couple of things, this was by far the most modern match the AWF did. Is that Bob Orton in the crowd there?
Wow, what a match. I hope everybody appreciates how good this really was.
Oh, and he's getting down right now. What an exit from the ring. Very, very popular. What a sensation here. It is the American Wrestling Federation debut.
Yeah,
Seriously, Scorpio makes it look so easy. I did half of what Scorpio could do. I'd be a great athlete. Yeah, Scorpio was way too good to be in the AWF. For that matter, Bobby Bradley too. But Bradley's funnier because like he looks like a sleazebag, and then he's out there doing all these cool moves.
What a tremendous debut for Too Cold Scorpio. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's send it to our colleague Chris E. standing by with Tito Santana.
Oh, this will be enlightening.
I'm here with Tito Santana, champion of the American Wrestling
Why does he look like he
Federation.
just wrestled?
Tito, let me just
So
congratulate
sweaty.
you on your championship.
Thank you very much, Chrissy.
And I understand that you've just got back from a celebration in Mexico.
That's exactly right. You know, I went back to my hometown, had a big Mexican celebration, the sombreros, the donkeys. Everybody was there.
Dude.
They're proud of me, and I'm proud to represent them wherever.
You know, the donkeys?
And now you're preparing to leave for Japan. How many title defenses do you have planned there?
Well, I've got 2 title defenses in Japan. You know, the president of the
Poor
American Wrestling
donkeys.
Federation
The
wants the American
last
Wrestling
episode,
Federation to get put on the map.
we had Johnny Gunn corrupting a minor. This week we have a donkey show.
Do that. I know it's not going to
So
be
much
easy,
crime happening in the
but I guarantee
AWF.
you, I know what it takes to be a champion, and I will continue to be the American Wrestling Federation champion.
And that's worldwide, Tito. Now,
And
stay
that's
with us. We'll be
worldwide,
right back
Tito.
For more AWF action.
Beep boop, beep boop.
This bout is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first from Sin City, Iowa, weighing 215 pounds.
Look at this guy.
Sin
Oh, doing a Ramones gimmick, but like not really aware of who the Ramones are, clearly.
I have the key to the city.
You wouldn't be
I
wearing
am
a
the mayor.
biker shirt.
Take it away, Anderson. Billy, speak.
And his opponent from Red Lake, Minnesota.
John Stamos Jr.
Pounds, he is the Chippewa Indian, Chief Charlie Norris.
Hey, Mr. Wrestling 3. Yeah, just in time to watch Chief Charlie Norris.
He has wrestled extensively in the West for the past
That's
couple
awesome.
of years, and
Hopefully they find their donkey. Hopefully Tito Santana didn't take their donkey.
Wrestling Federation, Chief Charlie Norris.
Yeah, Charlie Norris.
Minnesota.
He's a chief. He's only 27 years old. Doesn't take long, I guess,
Oh,
for his
gosh.
trip.
I'm so happy wrestling has gone
Dance, though. We
past
got
this.
pole dancing. We got Charlie dancing.
For those of you who don't
and we
know,
got
Charlie
a bunch of
Norris
dancers in the American Wrestling
uh,
Federation.
sued WCW in like about a year before this, after they let him go. And in the lawsuit, he alleged that Greg Gagne went up to him and was like, "Hey, bud, here's how you do a rain dance." And then Greg Gagne in front of an actual indigenous person, an actual Native American. Did a rain dance.
Well, you're talking about superstars. We'll be looking at this one.
Minnesota white ass.
Opportunity right now to listen to two superstars here in the American Wrestling Federation.
Charlie Norris kind of looking like sad Mike Awesome. The quote-unquote family. Big fan of that.
No prisoners, one way or the other. The family is coming home with the gold. That's a promise.
Man, I guess the Chipmunks have a third brother, Alvin, and the other one in him.
Alvin and the other one in him.
Rico Suave has put together quite a family indeed in the persons of luscious Tommy Rich.
I'm a big fan of Tony Ramone. Being called Tony Ramone because he has long hair. And that's it.
Working on Tony Ramone, nice fireman's carry, and now he's stretching on that arm.
Yeah, I know Charlie Norris. He's 6'6", 290 pounds, and you don't realize
Alvin, the other one in him,
yes.
yes.
Up next to him,
and Terry Taylor.
Strong man.
Well, he certainly is that. And Charlie, upon entering the American Wrestling Federation, made it clear to President Paul Alperstein and the promoters, he will not back down from anybody.
That's a weird thing. Listen, if you hire me, I'm going to fight all your employees. I mean, to be fair, CM Punk got away with that, too.
He's got to beat Tony Ramone first. Everybody comes into the American
Yeah, he's got to get past Tony Ramone.
They all say, I'm the best. They all say, I've done something somewhere else. Well, come to the American Wrestling
Seriously, they should have called him Tony Styles.
Before you start demanding titles,
your cat loves the AWF drugs.
And show us, don't tell us.
Shit's like cat.
Shows Charlie Norris a series of boots now. He has the Native American backed into the corner, and he's relentless.
There is absolutely somebody standing just off camera doing very racist things. I'm sure they're not a Native person. Coaching all these other white people to do that. Again, as far behind as wrestling still is, it is so far ahead of what this is.
And he's got the fans behind him. Certainly they have been chanting that war chant in the background. Oh,
let's make it real offensive. Dude, that Braves chop, I'm not even gonna do it. Haunted WCW for years.
Right to the top of the head. Boy, now it looks like Tony Ramone doesn't want any left.
Oh no. Why? Oh jeez. Pump kick. Let's just put his arm right under the ropes. I think that was a count of 5.
In the American Wrestling Federation for the Big Chief from Red Lake, Minnesota, Charlie Norris.
And Bob Orton in the crowd there. There's like 3 entrance songs in the AWF.
But I don't know if this is Indian music. I'm not sure.
Stop, Tim.
Red Lake, Minnesota.
I didn't know. I haven't been up there. Charlie Norris, big man, came in here, made his.
Yeah, it looks like there's at least one kid in the crowd that wore like a WWF shirt. They just threw an AWF shirt on.
Wrestling Federation because of moves like this. He's dancing, he's moving, and bang to the top of the head. Tony Ramone right there says, I've had all I can stand. I can't stand no more. Charlie picks him up. Now watch this. Bang! You see right there, Tony Ramone tried to get away from it and couldn't.
Why are we replaying that part?
Certainly into Charlie Norris doing that Native American dance in the ring. Right now, everybody, let's send it to our broadcast colleague, Ken Resnick. Ken, I do not...
The colleague shop.
Thanks, Mick and Terry. We'll get right back to more action. But first, standing with Sheik Adnan El Casey and his army. Sheik, ever since you came here to the American Wrestling
Federation,
the gym
teacher and the driver's ed teacher.
It's a championship belt, but yet here's your army, and I see
no
championship belt.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The caravan will continue her mission, and the barking of the dog will never stop the caravan. And all right, Hercules.
You know, Ken Resnick, you don't have to be so impatient, because I promised this man, the Sheik, and I promised his people back home that we're going to send them
his people
soon, and it's going to happen. And you know, when you hear the barking of the dogs,
yes, the barking of the dogs.
The heat, brother, because you're looking at
like my dog
biggest dogs in the pack here. 2 of the biggest, 2 of the baddest, and 2 of the strongest. And we want a title, and we're going to get it.
That's right. You see, this man pays us a lot of money to get the gold, to get what's necessary to be the best. Now then, I am the roughneck and the Hercules, and we're going to get the gold no matter what it takes. Anybody, you get in front of the roughneck and the Hercules, you're going down. I guarantee it. You're going down.
I love Chica and then Casey back there just smiling.
Back to more great AWF action.
He totally almost said AWA. I think we got an old favorite here. Yes, we do. This team rules. Pretty Boy Floyd and Firefighter Jim. We saw them last time. They are awesome.
Of 418 pounds. That means each of them weighs 209.
There is no way either of those men weigh 209 pounds. Hercules. The Lords, War and Gay. Hey, No Mercy. Glad to see you too. Got the Warlord and Jeff Gaylord. Jeff Gaylord had to go get a robe because he didn't look fancy enough. Jeff Gaylord, an all-time great episode of Crime and Sports. The Gay War. I think we've been waging that over the past few years.
Stay with us, we're coming right back.
Excuse me, sir. May I please see your head?
Shut up, Terry Taylor.
Oh, no, not again. I'd just like to say that I'm a wheeling dealing, kiss stealing son of a gun.
Why did they let Terry Taylor take up so much time with... What the hell? Why is Jeff Gaylord bumping for a Firefighter Jim clothesline? If he would have suplexed him, my disbelief would no longer be suspended.
Can't believe the electricity in the air.
It's Jimmy Powers and the kayfabe pedophile.
Federation and all of professional wrestling today. We've been receiving cards and letters from all over the
Hopefully
world.
a kayfabe
Powers,
pedophile. Oh geez, Pretty Boy Floyd just got wasted.
You're the guys we love.
That shoulder
we love
block.
your ring savvy and smarts. Cards, letters, flowers. I received a proposal last week too. But it doesn't matter. We are determined to wrestle.
Oh gosh, Pretty Boy Floyd is getting...
You know, Johnny,
these guys are cutting this boring ass promo while this poor Pretty Boy Floyd is getting destroyed.
Is where we're gonna make our mark. It's just a matter of time before the gold is around our waists.
Yeah.
Well, what a matchup that would be if those two powers of gun were to face the team of Gaylord.
They call them the powers of gun.
At least Jimmy Powers got to say something that time. And look at
A Republican's favorite tag team, the Powers of Gun.
He's gonna get tagged in. Poor Pretty Boy Floyd. He ain't gonna be his namesake for much longer. Not
Jeff Gaylord rules. If you've never heard the Crime and Sports episode about Jeff Gaylord, do yourself a favor and do so. Story about him painting himself green and doing a strip routine as and then being chased by the police, naked and green. Yeah, whoever shot that promo should have been like, hey Jim, here's a box.
Man, I'll tell you what, both these guys, the Warlord.
Oh, that's sad. Poor Jim Powers.
Jeff Gaylord with the long hair, okay, with the hair, he's about 285. What a combination.
Well, this tag team was absolutely dismantled. And look at Gaylord.
Firefighter Jim is like, can I come in now? Can I do my spot? And yeah, that's how low the ropes are. The Warlord can step over them.
Take a long look at this combination. If you've got any tag team championship tournaments in the offing in the future,
Oh, we got a granny.
You've got some real beef right there.
Are you talking about that lady at ringside? Okay, now we have a beautiful suplex there by Jeff
Gaylord avoiding the bump there.
Wrestling skills, but chooses to do things the other way.
Oh gosh. Ooh.
Pretty Boy Floyd gets knocked out of his socks.
Pretty Boy Floyd's
what a
great.
shot by the Warlord, 330 pounds. And there you see Gaylord right across the chest and neck. Man, I wish that was you, Carson.
Pretty Boy Floyd is a great enhancement guy.
Thanks a lot, pal. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's send it to my good friend Ken Resnick, standing by with the flamboyant Michael P.S. Hayes. Take it away, Ken Resnick.
As is the case, another victory for the Warlord, but I think more importantly with me,
Why can't he just
Michael
stand still?
Hayes, and you have had this smirk on your face the last couple of weeks. In fact, if memory serves me, right after you made
Great
a phone
jacket,
call.
though.
Well, you know, sometimes they say, reach out and touch somebody. And I reached out.
Certainly hope Johnny Gunn didn't earlier.
Somebody here in the American Wrestling Federation, or better known as the Alternative Wrestling Federation. It's been deluged with competitors that want to come in here. Not coincidence or precedence. We know it's a precedent.
Jeff Gaylord needs to get back to Memphis before that probation officer gets wise.
But I am not going to be mistreated all my life. I am not going to stand alone and be abused because people are worried about their ability to control me.
Imagine not having internet access and coming across this in December of '95 while Doc Hendricks is on the WWF. Listen to Michael Hayes on this show being like, nobody can control me. It's like, did he quit?
This match is scheduled for 3 rounds.
Quit the WWF?
Introducing first from Las
Yeah, how
Vegas,
did he get his hair
Nevada,
back?
weighing
Oh, here we go. Ronnie Vegas.
205 pounds, Ronnie Vegas.
This guy's awesome. I've talked about him before. He ran a bunch of local shows in my area when I was a kid. Ronnie Vegas, aka Blink the Clown, the Dice Man. Vegas crapped out, baby. Die yuppie scum. That's a good point, Mr. Wrestling. Here we go, Conan 2000. Talked about him a little bit ago. Scott Putski. Hey, Thomas and Danielle. Yeah, he won't be abused, but he'll let Vince McMahon cut his hair. That's a good point. Scott Putski. About a year away from being in the WWF light heavyweight division, a year and a half away. Being the world's biggest light heavyweight.
Scorpio, what other wrestling federation brings you all those new superstars in one program?
Hey, who should we recruit for the light heavyweight division? How about this guy that looks like the Ultimate Warrior?
And I hate to borrow your word, the mecca of professional wrestling right now, the most unique and innovative wrestling promotion in the world, and Conan 2000 with 2 quick arm drags on Ronnie
I do feel bad for him that he was going to get the big push in the WWF, and then he like snapped his leg live on pay-per-view. Yes, Jeremy Borash from WCW is the one that currently works for WWE. One and the same. He's like one of Triple H's like main deputies nowadays.
This is one tough kid. He doesn't take a backseat to anybody in the roughhousing department, but a nice series of moves by Conan 2000. He continues to work on the tricep. Slingshot off ropes and a big drop kick.
Look at this guy. He has got charisma exemplified.
Charisma.
Ronnie Vegas to get up, and I think I saw
This is not Herb Abrams' group. That's the UWF. UWF was way crazier. This is the AWF, which was started by a dude in Chicago named Paul Alperstein, who was way more boring. He just happened to get involved with dudes who were into organized crime. Whereas Herb Abrams would get oiled up and naked and go on TV and cut promos on everybody. I wish this were as exciting as the UWF.
Harder to handle.
Oh, please. Conan 2000 backs Vegas into the ropes with velocity, whips him to the other side.
Geez.
Oh, man. You think about how many innovative moves we've seen here in the American Wrestling
Innovative moves.
And here we come.
Paul Alperstein.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't stop coming forward.
No, he absolutely does. Oh, that'll stop.
Ronnie Vegas looks like Marty Jannetty's dad.
That time. Big clothesline from Conan 2000.
Yeah, that was supposed to be an insult. Everybody called him Paul Zapperstein. Everybody called him Paul Zapperstein. Barry Taylor, all the heels. You can tell Paul Alperstein told them, hey, call me Zapperstein. It'll make the fans laugh. Yeah, they got Thomas and Daniel. They got a lot of the who's who of who's there, or who's who of who's left.
Of the American Wrestling Federation in attendance this week. Not only is he put together tremendously agile, a gifted athlete. I think Johnny
Scott Butsky, the future of light heavyweight wrestling
besides being the American Wrestling Federation.
in North America.
There's not enough girls to go around. This Conan 2000 is put together.
Beautiful head of hair. I like that. VH1's I Slammed the 80s. That is a great name for the AWF.
But this man, Conan 2000, just too much for Ronnie Vegas this week. What a debut. He's going to be something special.
Yeah, he is. There he cuts a flip holding the rope. Great agility. Goes right into a full-on
Great agility. Great mobility.
Ronnie Vegas' face. Follows it up with a great drop kick. He gesticulates to the crowd. This guy is good. Watch this flying lariat. Bang! That would even beat you, Karsh.
I guarantee you I'd be beat even before I got into the ring.
Yeah, Hercules and Mr. Hughes got more promo time in the 2 seasons of the AWF than they did the rest of their careers combined. Because they only had so many guys.
This tag team bout is scheduled for
Again, this is a taped show. You guys could have cut out that weird part of the beginning.
435 pounds. The team of Terry Allen and Eric Freedom.
Terry Allen, not Magno TA, nor the Terry Allen that pops up in our chat sometimes. Stop talking, Terry Taylor.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 631 pounds, the Samoan SWAT
Hell
team.
yeah. Big Samoan SWAT team fan.
The Samoan SWAT team make their way to the ring. The SST. If I could ask you, sir, to kindly give the
Like, the talent on this episode has been way better than the rest of the series combined. A bit, like a way scuzzier Jimmy Garvin. Like if Jimmy Garvin just stopped showering. That's a good point. Eric Freedom's is he a heel though? I think he's a babyface in this match. I think he's just scuzzy.
This is one of the most frightening tag team combinations in the world today.
Yeah, they are. And Terry Allen and Eric Freedom, they said they'd come in, wrestle
It's Samu and the Tonga Kid.
anytime, under any circumstances. I'm pretty sure they're looking at each other going, uh-oh, what have we gotten ourselves into? Because the
Samoans are cannibals. That's racist.
but they sure do heat it up in the ring and they eat their competition alive.
Oh boy.
So many times about Samoan wrestlers
Yeah, the things that wrestling convinced Americans about other countries, about other nationalities, about other races. And we're just throwing out Pearl Harbor.
The ring is shaking, the bodies are flying, they are rocking. Well, maybe we should calm it down.
Yeah, Barbarian was back with WCW at this point. I think actually oh gosh, that was dope. Warlord actually got a gig with WCW out of this show as well, because he went back with Barbarian at the end of '95 as the super assassin.
Steve Casey is speaking to
This
you
guy
moronic
again.
Americans. Presently, I'm in Australia, and even here, the word is out. The new place to be is the AWF. Well, let me tell
Oh
you,
geez,
next
that's
week I'm coming
that
to
gut
America,
wrench.
and it's going to be your privilege to see me in action.
Well, there's a very modest individual and Ambassador Steve Casey as the SST continues the assault.
Gotta have
on
a
Terry
heel
Allen and
British
Eric
guy.
Freedom. These
That Milwaukeeans are cannibals.
SWAT team, they never back up. I have never seen them take a back step from
Something got messed up.
and like them or not, they get the job done in a hurry. Look
Not quite clubber, it's just two fists. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of OSW. So. But yeah, no, the Warlord, Warlord Super Assassin, number 1 or 2.
Well, that answers your question about the cannibal, I guess. Munching on the nose of Eric Freedom.
Well, I tell you what, Eric
Yeah, we're deep into the Fatu making a difference, where we have gotten rid of the whole stereotype.
Absolutely it is. Once they
But hey,
smell blood, that's when
whatever.
they
The SST rule.
and they are setting up poor Eric Freedom right now. Oh, he's in the wrong place. He's in the wrong profession right now. Eric freedom.
Oh, jeez.
I've been in the ring for 15 glorious years. Anytime you
Saw a match the other day. It was Umaga as the Salt Lord and I'm convinced that all the Samoans just shared each other's gear. Oh, jeez.
And Terry Allen, the SST, tremendously impressive here. That was an
Like, Tonga Kid wasn't a head shrinker, but those are head shrinker types.
I can't believe they're not letting this guy go either. They got him by the hair. Well, I'll tell you
Umaga
what,
was dope.
man, the president is
for
going to
sure.
have to examine this tag team because they are savages. You said it right. Nobody is safe when they're in the American Wrestling Federation.
I would say nobody's safe with Johnny Gunn running around with the stuff we've seen today.
They were dismantled right from the opening bell by the SST.
Yeah, you can see right here.
Jeez, they threw that dude.
Right there, Terry Allen on his shoulder and face. That right there would have been enough, but no.
Bam!
Thrust kick to the face. Those Samoans, look at the size.
They do need gun control. That should have been a heel team that feuded with them. They should have called had a heel team called Gun Control.
That is a crippling move, and it is followed up by one of the most impressive splashes I've ever seen. Cameraman, do your thing. What a move!
Boy,
Wow.
that is a
The SST
747
rule.
coming in for a landing. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, Ken Resnick is standing by with Coco Beware and Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Of course, I wonder what they have in common.
We talk about week in and week out how the competition here in the American Wrestling Federation is heating up, and boy, the Samoan Maniacs.
I wonder how many people
absolutely
Frankie
no
pooped
exception.
on.
And talk about heated up action in the tag team category. Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and Coco Beware teaming up. But Tony, you guys are stepping right into it next
Poor
week right here
Frankie.
on television. You're
Rest in
stepping in
peace.
against none other than the Texas Hangman.
Well, you know, the Texas Hangman, they're a tough team and everything, but
They
they
just-
don't make me no nutterman because I'm
It's coming up with feuds out of nowhere. Like, Nails was calling out Tony Atlas the last show. And now these two are together as a team, feuding with the Texas
People
Hangman.
love us out there, and we love the fan. And
I'm
I
so
know
confused.
people don't know that Coco can say, lay it on them, brother.
You see where you got Mr. USA and you got the Birdman. How can we lose with the stuff we're gonna use? So the Hangman, get ready because you definitely will get hung when you use the power.
Now Tony's
And the
singing
man
too.
is gonna be flying high
Oh,
in the
wow.
American Wrestling Federation and looking down. Isn't that right, Frank?
Polish
Feel
roller.
good.
They are indeed. Coco Beware, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and frankly, what a wild one that's going to be
Frankly,
next week.
Mr. Shankly.
Well, if that doesn't get you
Big Smiths fan.
Introducing first from
Here we go, Trevor Blanchard. Another Chicago area indie legend, quote unquote.
Can you think about this? Main event next week. Coco Beware and Mr. USA against the Hangman. Unbelievable main event right here.
Jesse Hernandez refereeing, as he's ought to do in promotions that aren't WWF or WCW around this time. No relation to Tully. He's pretend Tully Blanchard. Fidel Sierra.
Fidel Sierra, a man who has made very, very clear his little
There we go, just making enemies out of every country, every nationality this week.
Brandishing that Cuban flag. Anybody in the United States knows that 60 miles off the coast of Florida is Cuba. It's communist. Fidel Castro's been running it with an iron fist. This guy has left Cuba, and he's starting a reign of terror right here in the American Wrestling
I'll be
Federation.
right back.
It's his debut.
Well, there's no question that this man means business, and I guarantee you if he can make some American dollars and go back to Havana, he is going to do exactly that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the American Wrestling Federation. We want you to stay with us because in just a moment, the debut of Fidel Sierra. Welcome back, everybody, and we are about to get a look at Fidel Sierra. Come on, turn around.
What is Trevor Blanchard thinking?
No.
That's a greenhorn mistake.
Absolutely. You cannot give anybody, let alone a man as maniacal as Fidel Sierra, half a chance. I don't know if Trevor Blanchard was caught napping over there or what, but he is really paying a price.
Yeah, he is. He's should have never turned his back on this guy. But talking about paying a price, we're going to have to as we listen to the Hangman, our main eventers, next week.
People, take a good look, because what's standing before you is 540 pounds of danger. Now let me tell you something. We're here in the American Wrestling Federation for two reasons. Reason number one, to make a lot of money. Reason number two, to break a lot of bones. And next week, Tony Ellis and Coco Beware, you're stepping in a war zone with danger.
What a matchup that is going to be next week with the American Wrestling Federation.
Man, Trevor Blanchard can't even get to his feet. The people cheering him on. Wait a minute. Look over there in the shadows. Sergeant Slaughter, hands on his hips. Is that parade rest? He's eyeballing. Yeah, don't eyeball me, boy. He's eyeballing Fidel, Sierra. Boy, look at this. He's just monitoring the situation. I wonder what's going on in the mind of Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, Sarge, being the true American that he is, whenever any of these foreign wrestlers come to the United States and put the bad mouth on this country and make threats towards the Sarge, he is right there.
Oh, this kid is too light in the seat to get that move. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Karst's favorite wrestler.
Well, there's no doubt, as a matter of fact, a tremendous athlete, the Sarge. And as I was saying, Terry, whenever any of these athletes come in from a foreign country and make disparaging remarks about the United States or Sergeant Slaughter, he is quick to respond. And I believe this is some psychological warfare right now between the Sarge and Fidel Sierra.
Yeah, and if you notice, the legion of fans is following the American Wrestling Federation. Speaking of follow, he followed him in with that high knee. People from all over the country here at the TV tape.
Alright, I'm back. I'm sure I missed something racist with Fidel Sierra. Oh yeah, Sergeant Slaughter's like just mad that somebody who's not American is wrestling in the AWF.
Because that wasn't a confrontation. That was just two guys looking at each other, checking each other out. I've been in this thing 15 glorious years, and that was not a confrontation.
There he is once again with that. Cuba is #1, taunting the fans about ringside.
The guy likes his country.
You gotta believe that Sergeant
Big deal.
is taking every one of those remarks to heart. Oh, look at the face on that man.
Look at him.
Oh, no.
Look at him.
Man, I'll tell you what, he said, look at him. I'd rather look at him getting his face stretched.
Look at him.
Oh, man, what a mug.
He has gone berserk right now, ripping and tearing.
Sergeant Slaughter staring intently.
He's not interjecting himself. He's keeping his distance. He's not a factor in this match, but he is keeping an eye on the situation.
We are down to under a half a minute right now in the very game. Trevor Blanchard firing back from the deck. He gets to his feet. He's trying to hammer on the Cuban, but he can't. Nope, he didn't have enough.
What did we have against Cuba in '95? I'm racking my brain. Like, why does Sergeant Slaughter have to stand there and like intimidate this guy?
This kid never gives up, and now Fidel is taunting Sergeant Slaughter. That's a mistake.
Big headbutt, and instead of finishing off Trevor Blanchard there towards the end of the round, he turned his attention to Sergeant Slaughter. Now, whether or not he could have scored a pinfall is anybody's guess, but certainly...
Ooh, how dare you like where you're from? We don't.
I don't know if that's a good sign or not.
That is such a big round card sign thing.
This kid in here, Trevor Blanchard, working hard, trying hard, not giving up. Maybe he should have just got beat in that first round.
Menacingly.
Boy, that's a good-looking ring girl, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is, as a matter of fact, but we've got to pay attention to the business at hand. You know, earlier on in the locker room, Fidel Sierra was reading a history book all about the Cuban Missile Crisis some 33 years ago. He has not forgotten a thing. He detests the United States of America.
And you see,
are you sure? Again, I love that's such a great heel gimmick. This guy was reading a history book in the locker room.
Oh, man. He's challenged half the country for crying out loud.
He just looked right down here at us and was yelling at them. I'm glad he didn't say your name, Karst, because I'd have had to defended you.
I would have been out of here real quick.
Like a Cuban Missile Crisis?
Just God, Terry, why?
I'll tell you, this is brutal right here. He's got Trevor Blanchard down. He hasn't used a wrestling maneuver yet, He has just pounded this kid, pounding, wearing him down, and every time...
Another match that probably didn't need to go multiple rounds.
He's sending the Sarge a message, probably to all the American wrestlers. This is what...
Ooh, Famouser.
Did he break his neck there, for heaven's sakes?
Not even his finish.
I'll tell you what, that was a good move.
Hey, Dale.
It was actually the first wrestling move we've seen. A leg drop on the back of the head.
Ooh, a sleeper hold.
Right in the middle of the ring, and this has got to do it.
He calls that the Castro clutch.
Oh, come away in a minute now. There's some familiarity
Womp,
there.
womp, womp.
Slaughter and that Cobra clutch. That might be another dig at the Sarge.
It might be. He told me with his own mouth in English.
With his own mouth as opposed to somebody else's mouth.
The clutches of Castro. You put the two together.
There's that one kid in the back that looks like he's about to go clubbing after the wrestling show. Oh no, how dare he be proud. How dare he be proud of himself. Is that what did it is that's what they do to people? You can't just like leave that hanging.
That is the worst form of insult you can do. Oh man, the ramifications on this are far-reaching.
He told me my means of ventriloquist dummy. That'd be a great gimmick. We need a ventriloquist heel. Dummy just talking shit and like, nope. That was him. That was him.
Fidel Sierra making very, very clear how he feels. Now wait a minute now.
He's got to wake him up. That sleeper, that clutch he had him in, he's got to wake the man up. You've got to start the heart beating up to speed again, and it's done with a shot to the middle of the shoulder blades. If he didn't do that, there wouldn't be enough blood to the brain of Trevor Blanchard. That's a very dangerous hold.
Well, I don't know how he will fare if, in fact, there is an eventual collision between himself and Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, he's out here in his outfit. He's proud of Cuba. He's proud of his homeland. We don't mind that. But this guy...
Yes, you do. You've been talking shit about him the whole time.
Beat on Trevor Blanchard. There he taunts Sergeant Slaughter. Cooler heads prevailed.
I think I'm gonna do my next stream and just stand there with sunglasses and not say anything the whole time.
Trevor Blanchard is all but out, and then Fidel Sierra follows it up and he calls out the Castro clutch.
We don't mind. Yeah, after we've been talking shit about Cuba for 10 minutes, we don't mind that.
Conan 2000.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've truly been looking forward to this all week. Conan 2000, a couple double congratulations. One on your very
I think they did do a match towards the end of the AWF
Thank you, Kenny. It's good to be here.
Finisher
I came here
match.
for one reason.
Thing.
I heard that the American Wrestling Federation had the toughest athletes in the world. You know, I've wrestled in Asia, Mexico, Europe, and I learned the round system, so I know what it takes.
Did ya?
It's 4-minute rounds.
I would love to see all those World of Sport Scott Putski matches.
So I came here for one reason. That was for the competition, and I heard the fans are great here.
Well, Conan, the fans certainly responded to you, but those of us in the world of wrestling well familiar with Conan 2000, truly a household word, but for the benefit of those fans, a little of your background, if you will.
You know, Kenny, I grew up as a young child in this sport, so I know what it takes.
I grew up as an old man in this sport.
That only the strongest shall survive. So I came here for one reason, and that's to make a name for
You
myself.
can't say that he's second generation because he's not using the Putski name. But he's trying to use the backstory. No, I think the deal with the Conan 2000 thing was that Scott Putski like did a lot of work for like Lucha Feds in like Texas and stuff. And he was the guy they used to when they couldn't get Conan. Anyway, that's it. I'm done for today. Thank you all so much for joining me for the surprise stream. I will be back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. with my regularly scheduled WCW Deep Cuts Live. I'm there every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Twitch only because the copyright gods don't want me to live on YouTube, but the archive should be up soon thereafter. Thank you all so much. You've been great. I will see you all tomorrow night at 9 p.m.